The goal of this video is simple. I don't want you to waste your money on buying poor quality magnesium supplements, because sometimes it can feel like you literally need a chemistry degree or a biology degree simply to buy a good quality magnesium supplement. So I'm going to give you two of the worst quality forms of magnesium, the ones to stay clear of, and then two of the best quality forms of magnesium, the ones you actually want to be buying. And as a really quick refresher for those who don't know, the reason you have so many different types of magnesium supplements is that magnesium is actually a metal, and for it to be properly absorbed in our body, properly absorbed in our digestive system, it's always bound to another compound to support this absorption. You can never just take a pure magnesium supplement. It'll cause too much digestive discomfort, too much stress in your intestines, and cause a range of other health issues. So number one on the list of the worst quality forms of magnesium is magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide is magnesium that's bound quite simply to oxygen. And the reason it's at the bottom of the list is it has a really low absorption rate in our bodies. We never absorb 100% of any magnesium supplement, including the best quality forms. But magnesium oxide, it only has about a 4% absorption. And this is important because the more magnesium that you absorb, the more benefit you experience. And when we only absorb such a small amount of magnesium from magnesium oxide, we're only going to experience a small benefit, and why it's at the bottom of the list. The second worst type, magnesium citrate. Magnesium citrate is magnesium bound to citric acid. It actually has somewhat a reasonable absorption, but the main issue with magnesium citrate is it actually draws water into your small intestines, which can lead to a laxative effect or lead to diarrhea, which I don't know about you, but when I'm taking a magnesium supplement, the last thing I want is to have a laxative effect, because coincidentally, this can actually lead you to losing even more magnesium, the opposite of what we want to happen from a supplement. So even though it has a reasonably high absorption, because of this impact of it drawing water into our small intestines, which for many causes a laxative effect, it's again at the bottom of the list. So when you're shopping for a magnesium supplement, turn the label and double check that it doesn't say magnesium oxide or magnesium citrate. And from my experience and what I've seen, especially here in Australia, oxide and citrate are actually two of the most popular types of magnesiums that you'll find in the market, particularly if you're buying from supermarkets or you're buying from big discount chemist chains, because they're cheap to make and they're easy to manufacture. So if possible, avoid these forms. So we've covered the two worst, magnesium oxide and magnesium citrate. Now let's cover the two best, magnesium threonate and magnesium glycinate. Magnesium threonate is magnesium bound to threonic acid. You don't need to know exactly what that means or what that does. All you need to know is magnesium threonate is a form that our body absorbs well. And it's one of the only forms that can actually cross the blood-brain barrier. It's a relatively newer form of magnesium, and because of this ability to cross the blood-brain barrier, is often looked to for its additional benefits on cognitive performance, like memory and focus. But compared to the likes of a glycinate, threonate does have one issue, which is it generally tends to be quite expensive. So unless you're prepared to spend upwards of $50, $60, $70 per bottle, even though it's one of the best quality forms, it's also one of the most expensive forms. So just be prepared to drop a little bit more cash on a magnesium threonate supplement. Then coming in at the number one magnesium supplement in our eyes is magnesium glycinate. Magnesium glycinate is magnesium bound to the amino acid glycine. It's one of the best absorbed magnesium supplements, and because it includes the amino acid glycine in its formula, it's often looked to for its additional benefits on sleep and relaxation, because glycine is a calming neurotransmitter that helps slow things down in your nervous system, putting your mind and your body into a state that's most optimal for sleep and most optimal for low stress. I get that shopping for a magnesium supplement can almost be one of the most confusing parts of somebody's day, but if you avoid the low quality forms, magnesium citrate and magnesium oxide, and stick to the better quality forms, magnesium threonate and magnesium glycinate, you can rest easy knowing that you're actually putting your money to good use when buying a magnesium supplement.